I still hear the sound of her feet crushing bones under the floor. It wasn't a dream. I was awake. I saw her, and I never told anyone. Until now. My name is Kofi, and I come from a village near the Volta River in Ghana. It's a small place, one road in, one road out. Most people live simple lives. Fishing, farming, trading. People know each other. They watch your every move. Gossip travels faster than rain. When this happened, I was 22. I lived with my uncle and worked at the river ferry. I didn't have much, but I was strong, quiet, and did my job well. I'd never been in love before, never even held a girl's hand. Then Alma came. She arrived one morning after storm. Nobody saw her come in. One moment the village was quiet, and the next she was sitting by the market well, staring at the sky. Her dress was clean, but her feet were muddy. Her hair was too black, as if it drank the light. The old woman whispered. They always do. They said she was strange, maybe cursed, that she had no family, no belongings, not even a basket of food. But the men didn't care. She was beautiful, not just pretty beautiful, the kind that makes you forget yourself. Her voice was soft, but when she laughed, it echoed like something calling from inside a cave. I don't know why she chose me. Maybe I looked like someone she once knew. Or maybe she needed someone dumb and loyal. Either way, she smiled at me one afternoon when I carried fish past her, and that was it. We started meeting in the bush behind the old school building. She said she liked being away from people. I didn't argue. Every time I looked at her, I felt drunk. My heart beat too loud. My body didn't feel like mine. She would touch my face and whisper things I didn't understand. I just nodded. That was enough. After a month, I told her I loved her. I was shaking. She didn't laugh. She just stared, then nodded. She said, "Do you love me enough to give something to yourself?" I said yes. Then she said, "Would you pay a price for my love?" I didn't answer. Something about the way she said it felt wrong. But then she kissed me. My first kiss. My knees almost buckled. So I said yes again. That's when everything changed. She told me she had to show me where she came from. That love couldn't grow if it wasn't rooted in truth. She asked me to follow her the next night. I did. We walked into the forest, past the part where people go to fetch wood, past the place where hunters sleep, and past even a shrine that no one touches anymore. The air got heavy. The trees leaned in like they were listening. I wanted to speak, but Alma held my hand tight. When we reached the hut, I felt like the world had ended there. No sound, no wind. Even the insects stopped. The hut looked like it had grown from the ground. Its roof was falling in, and the door had no handle, just a hole where your hand could go. Alma said, "This is where my mother lives. You must go inside alone. Give her a gift. Then we can be together forever." "What kind of gift?" I asked. She smiled and said, "A piece of yourself." I thought it was a riddle or a tradition. Maybe I had to give hair or blood, like the old love charms people used to make. It felt strange, but I didn't want to lose her. So I nodded. She gave me a small knife, the kind butchers use to bleed goats. Cold, sharp, clean. Then she said, "You'll understand when you go in." Inside the hut, it was dark, pitch black, but not like normal dark. This dark pulled. It felt like my hands were on my chest, trying to stop me from breathing. The smell was sweet and rotten, like fruit left too long under the sun. I stepped forward and heard a crack. Then another. I looked down and froze. Bones. Not animal bones. Not clean, dry ones. Human bones. Some big, some small. Some still had hair on them. I tried to back out, but the doorway was gone. It was just mud. No opening. I turned and turned, but there was no light anymore. Then I heard it. Breathing. Wet, deep breathing coming from the back of the hut. Slow and thick, like someone dying over and over again. I called out, "Alma?" No answer. Then I heard her walking in. But the sound wasn't feet on dirt. It was crunching. Crunch, crunch, crunch. She walked across the bones like they were leaves. Calm, like it didn't matter. And she smiled. Her eyes weren't brown anymore. They were black. Her skin had turned pale like old wood. She had no shadow. Even in the dark, I saw that clearly. She said, "You've already given your gift." I looked at my hands. There was blood, but no cuts. I felt fine, but something was wrong. Something was missing. Then she said, "You came in here with a full soul. You'll leave with only half. That's the price." I ran. I don't remember how. I just remember waking up at the riverbank, shaking. My clothes were wet. My lips were cracked. My hands were empty. Alma was gone. No one saw her again. Not in the market. Not on the road. The elders said maybe she went home. But some hunters said they saw a pale woman in the forest at night, dancing around the bones of dead things. I stayed quiet. People would never believe me. Something inside me was gone. I didn't feel the same way after that. Food had no taste. Music sounded far away. I tried to love again years later, but I couldn't. My heart felt like it was behind a wall I couldn't touch. One day, an old hunter came to the village. His face was full of cuts, and his eyes were red like fire. He said he found a hut in the deep bush, one no animal would go near. The door had no handle. Inside, he heard someone laughing, but no one was there. He said the floor moved like it was breathing, and when he stepped forward, he heard crunching. I knew what he meant. Some say Alma was a spirit. Some say she was cursed. Some say she was looking for a soul to replace her own. Maybe all of that is true. All I know is that love has a price. And if the price is too high, it's not love. It's hunger. If you ever meet someone who feels too perfect, too quiet, too smooth, too other, don't follow them into the dark. Because sometimes when they ask you for a piece of yourself, they mean it.